Shalom, Kalalayim, La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Bracha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, elders and bishops who rule well, who I learned the truth from, and salutations and blessings, right, to you 144,000 and the rest of the one-third, the elect. All right. So in this lesson, I'm going to go into patience and temperance in this walk, in this ministry, which is a great recipe for godliness. And there's three scriptures that stick out in the book of Revelations. I'm going to read. When you type in patience for this lesson, it sticks out. Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Revelation 13:10, he that killeth, or slaki, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. In Revelation 14:12, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahweh Shai. Now when we look up this word patience, and you kind of get the idea that it means to suffer, right? Because what I just read, those scriptures, they don't sound like a good time. Patience, right? You gotta wait for something. You gotta wait for something in suffering, in aching, in want, right? In earning or yearning. Steadfastness, constancy, endurance. Now, endurance is a hard thing, man, right? It's a very hard thing to train endurance in general, but endurance of the spirit and the mind, all right, amongst all this filth, okay? In the New Testament, the characteristic of a man who is not swerved from his deliberate purpose and his loyalty to faith and pity by even the greatest trials and sufferings, right? What scripture comes to mind is when Yahweh Shai said that this devil is going to do so many great signs and wonders that if it were possible, it would deceive the very elect. But of course, that is not possible. Patiently and steadfastly, a patient. Okay, patient's not having a good time. Now, let's go to the point of this lesson in the book of Peter. The scripture was brought out by Brother Banyamin today at camp, and it hit a good point. And this is the basis of why I'm doing this lesson. 2 Peter 1:3. It says, according as his divine promise hath given unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness, through the knowledge of him that hath called us to glory and virtue, whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these ye might be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. Right? And what rules this world? How does this world operate? It is through lust, the pride of life, right? What you see with the eyes and what you perceive with your eyes, not with your mind and your prudence in the spirit, right? The flesh gets satisfied in this life, right? The flesh comes first, and there's no time for the spirit in this world, right? You just do. You do how you feel. You do what you gotta do. You pretty much do what you want to do, right? It says, verse 5, and beside this, given all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge. Get in this word, right? The book of Proverbs 4:7 says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding, right? And to knowledge, temperance. And to temperance, patience. And to patience, godliness, right? Now, I'm going to read this in the NLT. I'm going to start from verse 5. Actually, I start at verse 4. And because of his glory and excellence, he has given us great and precious promises. These are the promises that enable you to share his divine nature and escape the world's corruption caused by human desires, right? And it's everywhere, man. Advertisement, right? Subliminal messages. When you go on Instagram or your Facebook or YouTube, and you see the madness everywhere, man. And you didn't sign up for that. You don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that shit, right? Seeing just madness, bro. Fuckery, you know? I don't want to see that garbage, man. It says, in view of all this, make every effort to respond to the Most High's promises, supplement your faith with a generous provision of moral excellence, and moral excellence with knowledge, and knowledge with self-control, right? Not giving in, man. Like these people, they can't help it. It's to die for. You just have to live this life like it's your last, right? And that's another thing people don't understand. That's a great mystery to understand, that you got to pay. You got to pick up the tab, man. Either you're going to pick it up in this life, which you don't pick up everything in this life. You're going to pick it up in the next life, man. You're going to get a judgment, and you're going to have to live it out, man. Right? It says, and knowledge with self-control, and self-control with patient endurance, and patient endurance with godliness, and godliness with brotherly affection. We didn't have that in the world. We didn't understand what that is in the world. Brotherly affection, having affection for your brother, more so than your own family, because more than likely your family, right, they talk shit about you. They actually dislike what you do. They don't understand. They may not understand what you do, right, which is fine, but a lot of family members, they just talk shit about you. We can get to the real. They talk shit about you. They look down upon you. They think you're wasting your life. So that brotherly affection that you have, the brotherhood, the house of David, Bayat Dawad, that's amazing, man. Right? And godliness with brotherly affection, and brotherly affection with love for everyone. Because this thing is not easy, but it says patient endurance. You gotta build that up, man. Let me get the word temperance in the Greek.
Strong's G 1466. Ekratia.
Ekratia, which means self-control, the virtue of one who masters his desires and passions, especially his sensual appetites. Right? And in this walk, that's a constant mission. That's a constant what do you call that? That's a constant fight, right? Because you got to understand, man, there's a bunch of spirits out here. There's legions of spirits out here, right? And there's witchcraft being done out here. And a lot of that witchcraft is pinpointed to you brothers, man. Us, the brotherhood. Let me get this. This is Sirach 4:12. And this is talking about wisdom. This is referring to wisdom. He that loveth her loveth life, and they that seek to her early shall be filled with joy. We're at the last stage of early, man. We're at the last stage of seeking the Lord while he may be found. He's about to be not found, man. Right? There's about to be utter chaos and confusion and just blackness out here. People are going to start bugging out. They're already bugging out, but people are really going to lose it. Right? Like Gerald Salente said, when people have nothing to lose, they lose it. Right? Anyway, it says, verse 13, he that loveth her shall, he that holdeth her fast, tight, right? You hold her tight. Yahushua said, hold that which thou hast, hold thy crown tight, or hold that which thou hast tight till I come. Hold that which thou hast fast. Fast is the old English for tight, man. You got to hold on to this, to your faith, your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this mindset, your belief. All right? It says, And whosoever and wheresoever she entereth, the Lord will bless. They that serve her shall minister to the Holy One, and they and them that love her the Lord doth love. Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. If a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession. Now this is the point, for at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, which is where you get the word disciple. You first enter this knowledge, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding as a disciple, as a novice, right? And you got to bear rudiments. You got to bear. There's a protocol. There's protocols, and there's studying, right? And there's confessing your iniquity before Yahweh Shem Yahushai, whether that's being ashamed or feeling embarrassed or whatever emotions are going through you, feeling just bugged out and holy shit, like I've been lied to, whatever, all these things that are going through your mind, humbling yourself, being born again. These are all processes, man, right? These are all things you got to go through, coming from the darkness to the light. It doesn't feel nice. Um, and torment him with her discipline until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. Then will she return the straight way unto him and comfort him and show him her secrets. Now let me get this in the Good News Translation. At first, wisdom will lead you along difficult paths. She will make you so afraid that you will think you cannot go on. The discipline she demands will be tormenting, and it's true. Like in the world, like you couldn't pay me to read. You like man, I couldn't study. Just hyper. But this word, that transition, that when that spirit hits you, you feel it in your flesh, but you get so addicted to it. If it's such a good feeling, and the edification is there, and the truth that you can't deny it. But that discipline, man, you know of putting away the old man, and you're not going out anymore, and you're not doing this, and you're not doing that, right? It says, the discipline she demands will be tormenting, and she will put you to the test with her requirements until she trusts you completely. Then she will come to you with no delay, reveal her secrets to you, and make you happy. But if you go astray, she will abandon you and let you go to your own ruin. All right. Anyway, that was it on that. I hope you're edified. Kal halalim la Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha Kudash. Shalom.